has the answers that they're looking for. At this time, I would like to introduce President of Crime Stoppers of Palm Beach County, Sherry Cole, to share her remarks.
Good morning. Thank you to all the agencies that have come to this press conference. I want to personally thank all the agencies that contributed to this deck of playing cards. Palm Beach County Crime Stoppers is an instrumental part of the community in Palm Beach County. We are a nonprofit organization that receives anonymous tips, totally anonymous tips, that we give to the police detectives who use those tips to hopefully solve crimes. We've been very successful in the past. Our hope is that this deck of cards will renew people's memories, that some little insignificant thing about these homicides, that they could give you that information, but they didn't think it was important at the time. Or maybe they were a snowbird that was here and went home and didn't realize that the person actually died. We're hoping that those people will hear about this, that will go ahead and reach out to us and will help these detectives solve crime. Our mission is always to keep our community safe. And this is one giant step forward into helping the families who have loved ones who have a little bit of discontent, thinking that their victim or their family member was not important because their case was not solved. Unfortunately, they're in this deck because the police have run up against a stone wall. They need the help of the public. And the public can help us by calling us at 1-800-458-TIPS. They can go on the website, www.crimestopperspbc.com. They can go on their phone and use the P3 app, or they can dial **TIPS. We pay $3,000 rewards for homicide tips that end up in an arrest being made. We want the public to know that we are a nonprofit organization. We are not a police agency. We are not an investigatory agency. We solely receive tips that we pass on to the professionals in law enforcement to do their job and make these arrests. This is a vital piece of information that they need. Sometimes only one piece of information can make the difference in somebody being left unsolved or somebody being arrested for a crime. You'll see when you go through the deck that some of our victims are very young. We've got a 1-year-old that's in our deck. Help us get a child killer off the streets. I want the public to know that Crime Stoppers of Palm Beach County has no expiration date on justice. Please help us.
Thank you, Sherry. Producing the deck was quite an undertaking, involving multiple agencies, as well as technical considerations in getting all of the data put together, needed to ensure our accuracy and usability. With that in mind, I'd like to invite Cindy Jensen, our Crime Stoppers of Palm Beach County project coordinator, to give you a little background on how the deck came about.
Hello. As many have mentioned already, the deck highlights a number of cold cases, unsolved homicides, unidentified remains, and missing persons. We had a total of 9 local agencies that participated: Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, West Palm Beach Police, Boca Raton Police, Palm Beach Gardens, Riviera Beach, Palm Springs, Lantana, Atlantis, and Boynton Beach. Each card, as you can see behind me, has a photo of the victim as well as a brief summary of the case, and then also how to report a tip on that case specifically. Each deck also includes a card with frequently asked questions about our organization, the numerous ways that we take tips on how to report animal abuse, as we are one of the only Crime Stoppers programs that takes animal abuse tips, and also how to support us as a nonprofit. All the cases featured was selected by each agency. Every case provided the agencies every case that the agency's provided has been featured in our deck. There is a total of 52 cases. 3 of the cases in our deck were also featured on a podcast called The Deck, which is with Audio Chuck, has the same host as Crime Junkie, which is also a very popular podcast. Those 3 cases are Christy Luna, which is our 4 of Spades, Donna Martin, which is our 8 of Hearts, and Gwendell Greenblatt, which is our 6 of Diamonds. We plan to distribute these within Palm Beach County. Each agency will get a number of decks that they can distribute at their discretion. We will be putting them in both of our county jails in Gun Club as well as Belle Glade. And then Crime Stoppers will also be distributing them at any community events. So make sure to follow us on social media to know where we will be if you are interested in getting one. All these cases were randomly assigned a suit. However, we do have some that we want to focus on as a special interest, such as our Ace of Spades, which is our baby Caleb. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Cindy. We want to highlight a couple of the agencies that participated and get their words. It is my privilege to introduce Colonel Talal Masri of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Colonel Masri has initiatives across the county and has worked closely with Palm Beach County Crime Stoppers for many years. If you'd like to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, I'd like to thank you for having us here today. Chief Araujo, thank you for hosting this event. Crime Stoppers has always been an integral part of law enforcement in Palm Beach County, pretty much anywhere in the country. Specifically in Palm Beach County, I have worked with Crime Stoppers closely on many cases. I want to just highlight one case in particular, which was a serial rapist, Palm Beach County serial rapist. If you remember, that was a series of violent attacks against 5 different women. And Crime Stoppers was absolutely huge with that case. They put us billboards for us. They put bus stops and benches with the suspect description, which eventually led to the identification of the suspect. And the person that called in a tip received $10,000 from Crime Stoppers. The best part about Crime Stoppers is the anonymity. It's anonymous, completely anonymous. Somebody can call for Crime Stoppers. You don't even have to give your name. You get a number, you get an ID when you go cash to the bank. So you can stay completely anonymous and help us solve those cases. It has been an absolutely wonderful concept when people actually call in the tip. They're given a number. Again, I mentioned that it's important for people to know. We don't ask you your name. They don't ask you your phone number. It's completely separate from law enforcement. This information can send immediately to a detective working the case, which can help. The reason behind these decks, and I was told there was 5,000 made, which is going to be greatly helpful for solving cases. If we get 1, 2, 3 tips, any tips that help solve any cases. Now, with the addition of genealogy and investigations are being worked, we're able to solve cases with a simple tip. This person might have been there, give us a lead to start working on. No one should have their loved one, whether it's a homicide or missing person or identified remains, not knowing what happened to their family members. And with the help of Crime Stoppers, again, which have been instrumental to us, I think we'll be able to do really well with these cases. You've seen them highlighted behind you. Homicides, there's no statute of limitation on them. They're going to stay open forever until we solve them. So please, if you can, as the public, can help us solve these cases, bring closure to the families, thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Masri. As he mentioned, our goal is to help these families get some answers. And our co-host for today's press conference is West Palm Beach Police Department. I'd like to introduce Chief Tony Araujo. Chief Araujo and his team have provided some guidance in preparing for today, as well as submitting cases for you to see in our deck. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. We deeply value our partnership with Crime Stoppers of Palm Beach County and appreciate the effort and dedication that went into creating this cold case and card deck and what you have done through the decades. We can't operate as law enforcement without you. Thank you. These decks represent an ongoing commitment to pursuing justice for victims and their families. Every case matters, and every life represented here deserves answers. Even the smallest piece of information, as has already been commented to today, might be that one lead, that one little piece that we need to guide law enforcement in the direction to apprehend those that committed the crimes. If you recognize a face, recall a detail, no matter how minor it may seem, we urge you to come forward, and Crime Stoppers is the perfect vehicle and avenue by which you to give us that information anonymously. By working together, we can deliver long-awaited closure to the families and loved ones who have waited far too long for justice. You see the cards behind me. Their voices are no more. They're extinguished. If you're a witness, if you know something, be the voice. Be their voice. Their lives matter. Let's solve these cases together. Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership and your assistance again today in preparing. The voice of victims and their families are important to us. They are an important reminder of why we do what we do, the human impact at the heart of our work. We are grateful for willingness to speak and the strength it takes to share their perspective with us. I invite you to visit our website later today. We will have a message from Frank Paticula, his son, our Ten of Hearts. We'll have a message for you, but basically his intent was just grateful that we're taking a pause. We're able to relook at this case as well as all the others in the deck, and he wanted to express his appreciation. The Cold Case deck is an example of our collaboration in pursuit of justice through the combined efforts of Crime Stoppers of Palm Beach County and our law enforcement partners across the county. This initiative renews hope for victims' families. It encourages the community to share information that you might not think is important. You keep hearing the same message over and over. You may not know what you know. Please share it. No case should ever be forgotten. Thank you again for joining us and helping us shine a light on these cases. Your coverage today could be the one thing that gets someone to respond and helps us solve one of these deck cases. We've got a few minutes for questions. I'm going to invite Cindy and Sherry to come on up because I'm sure some of these answers will be for you. Anybody have any questions they'd like? Nothing today? Any last minute remarks?
No, we're good.
All right, then I am going to let you know we have some items at the front for anybody who would like to pick up. Our press kits and a deck of cards are at the table to the side of the entry door. And our law enforcement agencies, if you will please stop at the table at the back with the blue tablecloth, and your decks are available to you there. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Be safe out there.